So Billie Eilish came out this week. Oh, I am totally shocked. I had no idea. I would never guess. This is completely and utterly surprising. She's the last person I thought would be bisexual. I'm kidding. But she was in the Variety Power of Women issue. And this is what she said. By the way, the interviewer didn't even ask about they didn't ask, are you bisexual? Are you gay? Just talking about her relationship with women. And she said, Billie hasn't always been a girl's girl. In fact, she spent much of her life plagued by the assumption that other women didn't like her. She said, I've never really felt like I could relate to other girls very well. I love them so much. I love them as people. I'm attracted to them as people. I'm attracted to them for real. I have deep connections with the women in my life, the friends in my life, and the family in my life. I'm physically attracted to them. We will. She came out. I'd rather be dry, but at least I'm alive. Yo, black, white bitch, your lettuce, your Lebanese, She's gay. She just came out. She was born this way, baby. She was born this way, baby. No, God makes no mistakes. So that was her coming out. She says, I'm physically attracted to them, but I'm also so intimidated by their beauty and their presence. So she came out in the Variety article, and I'm so happy for her. That's amazing. Another member of the LGBTQ. I know people think I don't like bisexuals. I love bisexuals. I just play when I say everyone's welcome here, even the bisexuals. It's just a joke. I love them all. Sometimes I just think I would be intimidated if I dated a bisexual man. That's my only issue, but that's my issue. There's nothing wrong with bisexuals. But so this is what she said in response to it, because the next day or something, she went to the Variety Power of Women's event. It was a gala of some sort. And on the red carpet, the interviewer was saw your Variety article. How do you feel about it? Did you mean to come out in it? Because everyone's saying you came out. And she goes, I kind of thought, well, wasn't it obvious? I didn't realize people didn't know. I just don't really believe in it. AKA, she doesn't really believe in coming out. So that's why she did not before. She continued and said, I'm just why can't we just exist? Okay, so I did think it's interesting when she says she doesn't believe in coming out. She continued, and the interviewer kind of asked, are you still scared of girls? Billie goes, I'm still scared of them, but I think they're pretty. Then Billie goes, Then the interview goes, Billie, did you mean to come out in this story? And Billie says, no, I didn't. I kind of thought, wasn't it obvious? I didn't realize people didn't know. I just don't really believe in coming out. I've been doing this for a long time, and I just haven't talked about it. Whoops. So what has she been doing for a long time? Has she been doing girls for a long time? Billie then said, but I saw the article and I was like, oh, I guess I came out today. It's exciting to me because I didn't know that people didn't know. So it's just cool that they know now. Before we get ahead of ourselves in this situation, because this is not the tumultuous part, things do get a little bit messy in here, but I agree with Billie Eilish that coming out is strange. However, due to our society and certain hate groups, and the fact that we just have a heteronormative society, coming out is seen as this essential thing, this big, huge deal with a lot of weight on it, and this turning point in the life of LGBTQ people because how much weighted pressure is on it. But I do think that coming out is strange, but I think it's society's fault. If everyone has, in the whole history of humanity, was always 100% accepting, it wouldn't ever be a thing. It wouldn't be this huge coming out moment. It would just be that you are gay and you were born that way and no one assumed that you were straight from the time you were born. But we don't live in a society like that. Obviously, I am gay, if you cannot tell, students. My coming out, I feel like I never really did. We can get more into it at one point, but I feel like I just always lived my life acting gay, even from the time I was 3 or 4. My mom said she knew I was gay since I was 3. So I never really once in my life pretended to be straight. I was never really in the closet ever. For personal reasons, that's a deeper story, but I'm happy that I kind of, at least in my small network of people, normalized not coming out to people around me, because my plan was always I'm just gonna, my coming out moment, when I come out, will be when I start taking part in being gay, if that makes sense. When I start hooking up and putting the sex and sexuality, if that makes sense. So that's what I did. But when people would ask me growing up, are you gay? Are you blah, blah, blah? They would ask me since I was 7. The way that my sexuality was investigated and interrogated out of me from the time I was a very young child is super, 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 super weird. So I agree with Billie Eilish. Coming out is weird. Everyone's don't sexualize kids, but why are you berating kids to come out from the time they're 5 years old. But even when people would ask me when I was 5, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I'm straight, please, but like believe me. I would be like, I don't know. Do you think I know? Like, do you think I've developed yet, girl? Like, I don't know. Like, I was never really in the closet. I would be like that Azalea Banks meme. I'd be like, so now what? So what? Like that would be the whole thing. So I like that she also normalized like not really coming out, or I guess in this case, like not coming out in like a huge way. I would just say, straight people, you really don't know how easy you have it. Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed with you straight people out there. You have no idea how easy you have it. You didn't have to have this excruciatingly vulnerable moment and this like impending like soul exposing talk with people about the deep personal issue of your sexual desire, because you know your sexuality was just assumed, and it was assumed correctly. So good for you for being normal. No, I'm just kidding. You're not normal, but you just existed. You just existed. Luckily for me, like most people were accepting in my life tremendously and amazingly, and I'm so lucky. But for a huge percentage of LGBTQ people, you know, on the other side of coming out, it's not a very good situation. That's why you should never out people, which is what we're about to talk about. But I think outing is one of the most heinous violations, a nasty crime. I know people who have like outed people before, and I never speak to them again. I think that's so tone deaf and like ruthless, and it's not like a comeback that you can do for people, or like a low blow or a way to get back at someone. It's actually, I just think, should be considered a crime. Like it's really embarrassing. It's the lowest of the low roads. So Billie Eilish has already lost 100,000 followers after coming out. She's lost 100,000 followers after coming out. That's like the trash emptying itself. The trash just took out itself. Thank God. Let's not waste the time. But it's really crazy how people just, you are acknowledging that you're gay for the first time. Oh, unfollow. Like they're okay with you acting gay, doing all these things. You know, Billie Eilish, as people would say, she's been dressing very like androgynous, LGBTQ-esque. So they're fine with that. But the second she admits it, oh, unfollow. It's so insane to me. And I forget that people are just cut from a different cloth and still carry around that hatred. I forget that. But it's really crazy. But I think it caused Billie to panic. Like the result she saw from her coming out, and I think just like the way it happens, it does like take a toll on someone and throws them for a loop. So Billie Eilish did something that I've really never seen her do before, and she posted this on Instagram. It was just like she posted it with a carousel of photos of her outfit, cute photos of her outfit, but the caption was, "Thanks Variety for my award, and also outing me on a red carpet at 11 a.m. instead of talking about anything else that matters. I like boys and girls. Leave me alone about it, please. Literally, who cares? Stream What Was I Made For?" Wow. And it got 3 million likes. She came for them. She told them. But like, Billie, whoa. You know the publicist was screaming. You know the publicist was like, not gone through for that one. She didn't run that by the publicist. I will say in that response, outing is a really, really, really heavy word that shouldn't just be thrown around. Outing to me is like there was malintent. There was, what's that called when there's like pre-contemplation? There were, it's like premeditated. It's something horrible, like outing. She was not outed, Billie Eilish. I think the interviewer did a fine job. I don't want to cast her in that light. I don't even know the interviewer's name, but I don't want to cast her in that light or give her that wrath of being an outer, because she's not at all. And Billie Eilish, like she was like, they didn't ask me about the music or anything important. She knows the music industry is way more than the music. We like artists for more than their music. Don't act like you don't. It's the whole package. It's the whole sale. It's you as a person. So I think even though she was acting nonchalant about it in the interview, and she was like, yeah, I didn't know that everyone didn't know. Wasn't it obvious? I think it was really affecting her in a way that she wasn't showing. And I think it probably made her very nervous seeing herself lose all of those followers. So she's kind of, like, what's the word? She's like getting mad. She's like, she's snapping back in a way. And I don't know. I think it really is affecting her. And it's just a big like life change, because now she has that title and will live as an LGBTQ person and get used to all the biases that come her way. And she has like this whole new amazing lease on life, like an incredible lease on life, but it's just a big transition to go through. So I think her life has been turned upside down in a way, and that's why she kind of snapped at Variety. But I also love that she came out in a very nonchalant way, and I think this will further the idea that you don't have to come out. And obviously, if someone's going to unfollow her because she's bisexual, they were never a real fan to begin with. So thank you, Billie. We love you, LGBTQ sister. You just watched a clip of my podcast. There's plenty other amazing YouTube clips and shorts and other clips from my podcast here on YouTube. Check out the full thing on the Petty Pop Culture YouTube channel. Subscribe, leave a like. It helps me out so much. And happy